Welcome to a special driving with Dad, special edition of Treasured Memories. Thanks for joining. I was just thinking about the other day when I was doing Treasured Memories and driving, that some of the things my dad used to teach me when driving and how good he was with directions. It was quite amazing. Even when he was legally blind and couldn't drive and stuff anymore, he would always know exactly where we were when taking him somewhere, driving in the vehicle. He'd know, okay, turn here. He could give directions. And I remember they would take us on vacation different places. It was one of the wonderful things that my parents did with us, for us. We'd go different places in the country and stuff, and so we did a lot of traveling. And my dad would be like, when we got down by Milwaukee or Chicago and you get to these big multi-lane roads, which is nothing like the little town of 13,000 people I grew up in, he would say, now, when you got these multiple lanes, make sure you stay in the middle lane, because some of the lanes will turn off to the right or to the left, and that way you can keep going. Back then you didn't have GPS. And I think even when I was older, I was hitchhiking, my dad's good sense of direction and teaching me different basic skills just in traveling and stuff really helped a lot. Back then you had to read a map, know how to read a map in order to get places. You didn't have some electronic device that would give it all to you. And then thinking about also the fact that my mom, when traveling, always had everything. She was well prepared. Definitely a pack rat is one word that people use. A hoarder, I guess, would be appropriate. She didn't throw away anything. I remember one year, not too terribly long ago, at a family reunion, she brought down to Florida from Wisconsin the sign that my brother used to have in the yard when he would sell night crawlers for a dozen for 50 cents. It sounds like a pretty good income. And so she brought that down there. But yeah, she had, just everything. And so when traveling, whatever you needed on the trip, if you needed something to be entertained with, it was there. And that was one of the things that my mom always did for me, and I would think for the other kids. I'm the youngest, and certainly I had to have something to occupy my mind. She would do things like teach me how to do needlepoint or something, so I'd have something to focus on. They didn't have the fidgets and all that stuff back then for us ADD kids that can't sit still. So she'd find ways to help me to engage my mind and some physical activity, like with my hands, like that. Doing those, then also with their square dancing and stuff, they, all the kids just kind of naturally did square dancing. I don't know. I didn't mind it. I didn't necessarily like it all that much either. Just kind of did it. But it's amazing all the different things that we gain from our parents, from the things that they show us, from the things that they teach us, from the lives they live. And one of the ideas of the Treasured Memories show is to bring out those things. The very helpful things that God is able to take from our lives and use as foundational in our minds, our emotions, in our actions, and so much that really form us. Those memories that are there, and we can treasure those and hold on to those and pass those on. So there's some things that maybe one or two good things on driving that maybe my son and daughter picked up that I passed on from my dad. I know here in Springfield, he always liked the way they have the green signs that show what road is coming up next. He liked the basic grid system, and it's so funny because my dad would talk about that sometimes and different things, the different layouts or roads or different things, different places, and then that helped me to actually pay attention to those things too, and see what is good and what I like about different things. And thankfully God put me in Springfield where they had the nice little green signs that my dad liked, and I'll show you those here in just a moment. I think yeah, when we go around the corner here, there'll be one coming up, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. It is interesting how throughout the country, you know, with my parents taking us traveling, being able to see some of the different people and the different places. They take us to historic places. I mean, I remember going to Washington, D.C. I remember going to the Statue of Liberty. Couldn't go up in the torch because they were working on it or whatever. But, you know, just seeing those things, I was pretty young, but it was neat to be able to see that. And then we were there and there was like a motorcade that went by. Oh, that's the president, you know. And, you know, my mom and dad were always concerned and informed citizens. You know, my dad knew what was going on in politics, and all my family members laugh at that. Yes, he knew. He was a big Rush Limbaugh fan as well. And he loved the country. He loved people. Really had a lot of love in him, which is one of the things my sister shared some recently, you know, about how easy it was for us to, as we came to the Lord as adults, which all of my siblings, we did not know the Lord as young people, but as adults, me, right as I was turning 18. So, but by coming to the Lord later, sometimes people have a hard time understanding and accepting the love of God. But for us, it was easy because we did always know that our Father loved us, and so that's helpful in our walk with Him. So I'm going to share a little more. Well, I hope you guys saw the green sign when I went by. Sorry, I forgot to point it out. But I'm needing to remember the errand I'm going to run over here at this place that I'm going. So I'm going to have to sign off for now, and then I'll come back again in just a little bit. But I want you to just take with you, think about some positive things that you learned from a parent or a mentor, someone in your life that, you know, their words and their actions, just in something natural, like whatever it is. Traveling is the one we talked about, you know, just a little bit briefly here. You know, and they had, you know, things there that you might need. They, you know, this is how you drive safely, you know, various not only examples but also words of advice. And think about some positives, that interactions and how it's helped you, because what's really cool is what you'll see is that that's something that you have that is of value that you can pass on to somebody else, right? You can be that example of something positive for somebody else. You can share friendly, kind advice and information to others as we all grow and learn and walk and just journey through this life together, as we struggle together and work together and figure out our own salvation with fear and trembling for each of us, and love and encourage one another in the kingdom of the Lord, our God, Jesus Christ.